Welcome to another video, Grade 1s, with me, Mam Zandre, and Mam Rika. We are so glad to have you back. We hope that you are ready for the next lesson and that you are relaxed and your brain is ready. This is day 2 of English Home Language. But first, it is story time. Sit back, relax, and listen carefully. We hope you enjoy it. Let's meet Annie Apple. In an apple orchard in Letterland, there is a little talking apple called Annie Apple. She is a very happy little apple who is often very active, appearing in lots of words. Can you hear her saying ah in words like apple, ant, and arrow? She loves to swing in the trees like an acrobat and chat to her animal friends. Can you spot any of her friends in the picture? One day, Annie Apple was sitting happily in her apple tree when all of a sudden she felt something moving on her back. Ah! Ah! She cried. What's that tickling me on my back? A little ant had landed on her head, and more ants were climbing up her apple tree. She was amazed to see how many there were. As they crawled all over her, it tickled so much that she thought she may have an accident and fall out of her tree. Go away, ants, she cried, but more and more arrived. Annie anxiously called out to see if anybody nearby could help her. Ah! Ah! Help me, please! Soon Sammy Snake came slithering along. I'll save you, said Sammy. Sammy tried to get the ants off, but the ants were all sticky and covered in sap from the tree. It's such sticky sap, said Sammy sadly. Now I've got ants stuck to my back too. Now Annie and Sammy had to shout out to see if someone else could help. Ah! 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 Help us, please! Talking Tess was taking a stroll nearby and heard the terrible noise. Annie Apple is in trouble. I must try to help, she said. I'm very tall, so maybe I can tap the ants off the tree. Tess gave the tree a tremendous tap, and at least 10 ants tumbled off, but still a lot of ants were stuck fast. Tess looked down and saw they were all over her top and trousers too. Now Annie Apple, Sammy Snake, and Talking Tess had to shout out to see if anybody else could help. Ah! 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 Help us, please! Peter Puppy was playing in the paddling pool and heard the noise. He raced over. Perhaps I can pat them off, he panted. He patted at the ants, but soon he had ants all over his paws. It's pointless, he puffed. Then Sammy had a super idea. It's so sunny today. Let's take a trip away from the apple orchard and go and sit on the sand by the sea where there are no ants. That is a good plan, said Annie. I like adventures. Perfect, said Peter Puppy, as he prepared a picnic of tapas. Tremendous, said Tess. I'll get us some tickets for the train. Sammy Snake slithered off to search for sun hats and sunscreen for everyone. They all travelled on the train together, and Annie Apple quickly fell fast asleep. When they arrived at the beach, Talking Tess gave her a little tickle to wake her up. They quickly put on the sunscreen and their hats and dashed down to the water. After a lovely long afternoon playing in the sand and the sea, it was time to relax and just enjoy the sunshine. So they did. They relaxed and just sat. Did you enjoy the story, friends? I'm very glad. What sound did you hear the most in the story? Yes, ah, ah for Annie Apple. In this activity, you are going to use your clay to make a sound. How do we write an sound? We start at the top, go all around, without lifting our hand, go up and straight back down again. Try this when you finished building with your clay. Pause the video and build the letter A. What other word that begins with an A sound can you think of? Alligator, arrow, astronaut, anchor, ambulance, and apricot. Now get your worksheets ready. Remember, pencil sharpened, knees together, toes together, and your back must touch the chair. Be sure to grab day 2, Tuesday. The date is 26 January 2021. Trace over with your grey pencil. Look at the story cards. Discuss with an adult what do you think will happen next. Pause the video. Let's read. I am going to read with you. First, me and then you. Anne and Sam. Read with me. Anne and Sam. Anne and Sam. Say the sound and trace it with 5 colors. Remember to start at the ant. Follow the arrow. Remember not to lift up your hand while writing the letter A. Say the word and trace over it. Apple. Color the picture when you are done. Look for the letter A and circle it. How many can you count? Practice writing the A sound. Remember, big letters we write in the tummy and the head of the cat, and small letters only in the tummy. Let's read the words and listen to the sounds. The first one, an, an. Read it with me, an. The next one is ant, ant. Read it with me, ant. The next one is an, an. Read it with me, an. The next one is as. Read it with me, as. The next one is Sam, Sam. And the last one is apple. Say it with me. Apple. Well done, friends. Shoo, halfway there. Get something to eat, take a break, and get ready for the next video.